Ooh, look at that ice, man. Ice, and it's like hail. Crazy. Hello, Americans. Another friend and subscribers around the world. Back again, man. Yeah. And it just dumped, man. I thought it was just rain all night, but it was definitely some hail. But then today, right now, above us is blue sky. Not sure what's below us, but yeah, I haven't even looked at the forecast or anything. But I think today we're going to talk about trespassing and trespassers. So I'm going to warm up right now, but we'll get into it. So right now I'm going to, I think it was the last video, man, I talked about where you're sitting. We're going to build a cover over the big wood splitter, and then I talked about, or came up with while I was talking, that I'll go ahead and put a open this up, put a doorway, and use this to take the wood in. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, start heading in that direction. I don't know why I put these over there when I'm going to cut this away so that I can start getting wood out that way. This thing needs. This thing is amazing. Definitely going to be at the height, man. You're always going to, especially if I had my hat on, always hitting your head. Hear that? So, I think this morning, man, we're going to talk a little bit about trespassing, And I've had, man, I'll tell a couple of stories and stuff, but I've had, I don't even know how many run-ins with people trespassing. I've done videos on it in the past. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. But, I kind of gonna go into, what to do about it, man. And then if the shit hits the fan or whatever, what do you do about that? And I talked a couple days ago, I was talking about booby traps and alarms and systems and stuff. So that's definitely something you got to do, especially if it got bad, man. You've got to. But dude, I've had so many people. Well, I had one gal. I was over. I heard her, man. There used to be a mobile home. Well, actually, there was two of them. Then they tore one out, and then thank God that they took the other one out, man. And they were the riffraff that you would get in there, man. It was terrible. And we were with about it. So anyway, man. So down in here behind me is this is actually, you can hear, dude, the traffic and stuff. I'm telling you, dude. Since we've been here for, I don't know, 12 years or something when I bought this place. And every year, man, it just gets louder and louder. But anyway, the down in here, there was, past my property line and stuff, and then off of there, actually, there's my property line, then there's a common, well, I don't know what the heck it is. It's actually owned by somebody else, but it was a maintenance thing for when this was going to be a RV park, because that's my place. With this, you know, the creek bottom was going to be an RV park. You know, we're talking now. Ferd died. Jeez, man. I've had this place for 12 or 13 years, and it had sat for 20-something years. So, man, we're probably talking 35 to 40 years ago. He had done all this and was going to be a, gee, I can't believe it's been that long. It was going to be a RV park, you know, all these slots. So there was like this maintenance. So anyway, so there's my property, and then there's this, it's almost like a road width, you know, a little wider, and then there's the other guy's property, and he actually froze to death, old Bill. Froze to death, so now his daughter's got it, and I'd actually, man, you know, if prices hadn't went crazy, I was working on Bill on buying this property down here, and then he ended up passing away. He had a heart attack, and then on another thing, I've talked about this before, but had a heart attack and got out of his truck in his driveway. He lives out towards Katy, or did, and freaking he was still there, and got out of his truck and fell down on the ground, you know, and it was snowy and bad. And man, you could see the evidence and stuff of him crawling up, you know, toward, in his house, a long ways up there, man. He was down, you know, he was just mid. His truck was close enough that a neighbor that was drove by, seen that his door was open on his truck, and stopped and shut his door, but never, you know, didn't, you know, just, oh, what's Crazy Bill doing now? Terrible, dude. Anyway. So there was these mobile homes down here that we got a lot of riffraff in. Now they're both gone now, thank God. But so I'm out here, you know, one time. This is actually before I had any cameras or anything down here. And man, I'm doing something, man, and I hear kitty, kitty, kitty. I hear it. Here, kitty, kitty. You know, way off at a distance. So, man, I'm standing right up here. You know, there's actually a little hill that goes up here, and I'm just standing there and listening. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Man, a little while, it's getting closer. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. All the way, stop. All the way in here. And, you know, and she was a tweaker-looking broad. And she got to about, well, got about to that tree, and I was standing right there, you know, up. And I said, your frickin' cat ain't here. Oh, man, she's just scared the shit out of her. And I don't think there ever was no cat. I think that she was just wandering, you know, could see through things or whatever, and just knew there was something back here, and was just using that here kitty kitty as she came walking through here. And I told her, there ain't, oh, okay. And I said, your cat ain't over here. Get off my property. And oh, okay. You know, man, like I said, she was definitely a tweaker type, you know. So she heads off, man, and you know, I got a bunch of them made up. Then I grabbed a freaking sign, and I was probably, I don't know, 20 yards behind her with two signs and went right over to my property, man. And she was still walking along and freaking put a no trespassing. I didn't know I had to post it between two, you know, for the neighbor. Man, I'm pounding a no trespassing sign right behind her. She's all looking back like that. Man, I ended up, so now, man, I'm down that line for the whole thing. It's still there. It's been, you know, like I said, there ain't no houses down there anymore, or no mobile homes down there anymore, but there's four no trespassing signs. So that was one of many things. Same thing, man, with that riffraff. I don't know if, you know, like I said, a lot of you that have been with me, I would do videos talking about it or showing it or whatever at the time that it happened. Now it's been, you know, a few years. Another time with the riffraff, and this was when both trailers were there. I can't remember if they were both there when she was there. Another time, man, frickin', we're in doing stuff, and I hear this frickin' four-wheeler go right through my property. You know, and to cross, they go down here and tear up my frickin' creek and stuff. And I'm like, son of a bitch, man. I grab a shotgun. And, you know, man, it frickin', I don't hear it for a little bit. And I'm just doing my thing, got my shotgun sitting there. Then all of a sudden I hear it coming. Man, I frickin' just barrel out here. You know, everything's all covered, dude. Hawthorns and stuff are just gnarly as heck. And, man, I wade across the creek and get over there on my, you know, I never step off my property. And go over there, and he's comes up through my creek, just tearing my creek to crap, you know, just all, you know, freaking thought it was his track or something. And freaking, dude, I stepped out of the bushes in front of him, and freaking, he just came out of that thing, and he's all like that, and all I did was went. And I was stand there holding a shotgun and just. And man, that guy turned that four-wheeler like on a dime, man. Turned that four-wheeler and took off. And then there was, like I said, there was two trailers down there. And the one guy, you know, I know who he is and stuff, man. Dude, I could hear him yelling at the guy to stay the hell out of people's property and all this stuff. That actually might have been the same riffraff as we had when the girl, I know that chick was coming over here to, you know, hopefully catch some when there wasn't nobody here. Dude, there's pretty much, on the creek bottom, there's pretty much somebody here, man, like 98% of the time or 99% of the time, there's always somebody on the creek bottom. On a rare occasion that we all end up going and doing something away from the creek bottom, then there might not, but that's very rare, man, if there ain't somebody on here. Oh, and then another one was the drone. I don't know if you remember that, man. You can go back on the videos too. That, I'm sitting in there on the computer, and actually at that time we had cameras down, you know, where I could see when the cops came in. But I'm sitting there and, you know, working on the computer or listening or whatever, man, and I hear Kitty in this crazy tone say, babe. And freaking, I was like, what the heck? You know, and it was just that babe. You could just tell something wasn't right. So I get up, man, and I come out. And as I come out around the corner, she's pointing up. And I look up, man, and there is a drone, you know, and it's went over my tree line and dropped down. And it's right above Miss Kitty. You know, just looking, you know, with the camera or whatever, friggin' looking at Miss Kitty tipped. And, man, I just pointed at it. And, dude, as soon as I pointed at it, man, it was all, and took off. I went in and got my shotgun and came out and went barreling down through my creek again. I always grab the shotgun. Going barreling down through the trees and across the creek and all that again. And never stepped off my property. And went out there, and there was a dude in a car with his drone. And, dude, I lost my mind on him. And, oh, I didn't do that. He's so full of crap, dude. And, man, so I told him, get out of here. I'll blow that thing out of the freaking sky. You better not do that. You better not do that. By law, I can do that. And you can check it out all you want. I had naysayers get on here. You can't do that. You can't shoot it. Yes. I can't remember how many yards it is, but yes, I can. So friggin', the cops asked me not to. But, so man, he friggin', you know, he's a flatlander. He was actually taking pictures or videos or something for property for sale, but he had to cruise over here and see what the heck was going on. My camera's getting soaked. So anyway, so that, you know, he took off or stuff, and I actually did a video on it right then in between. Well, dude, freaking about, I don't know what it was, man, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes after that, dude, on my cameras, man, I see him, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cop cars, 5. You know, one of them parked down there by the camera and stuff. But so they come in, you know, and of course park up the road, and freaking I go walking out, you know, because I know they're here, and I'm all, so what you boys here for about the drone? Oh yeah, you know. And what's crazy is, you know, the cops know who I am, you know, and I know most of them by face anyway. And dude, I didn't recognize any of these at all. And there's 5 of them. We got a lot of new cops. Well, this was a while back now. It's starting to pour. Anyway, they came in and stuff, dude, and the one cop was being kind of cocky at first until he realized I'd never stepped off my property. And I flat told him, I'll blow that son of a bitch out of there. You know, man, there ain't no thing. You ain't freaking gonna come in, drop below my freaking line, and sit there and be watching you pervert. I'll blow you out of the sky. So finally, he melted out, and then he was on my side, and he asked me at the end, I gotta go because it's raining. At the end, he says, next time, could you please call us before you do anything? So, I'll try. Man, I don't even know where I was at on that, on this video. We, started raining, so then I took the camera inside, I know that, and then, in the time of, well, I went in, dried this camera off, and then when I was drying this camera off, man, it started just dumping. And then old Red calls me, and he's stuck down somewhere, and his clutch went out on his truck or something. And I don't know if he didn't check the fluid or whatever, but the reservoir for the clutch fluid is completely empty. And then it was smoking, you know, like fluid or something had got on the back of the block. So haven't had a chance to look at that for him. We'll take a gander at that. So he's out of vehicle right now. So I had to tow him back, or towed his rig over to here. And then, what else, man? Oh, and then I go out there, where I was doing the video, or when I was cutting the boards off. I think I continued the video and it started raining big time after that. And, dude, I'd left my frickin' little mini chainsaw in the rain, so it got all drenched, so then I had to go dry it off. Anyway, so where the heck was I? Not sure where the heck I was doing the video. I know I was talking about where I was headed with the video. Sorry, man, I'm carrying some signs over here. I've been collecting up all the signs. I'm hanging around, man. But I know that where I was headed with this video was going to be, trespassers, dude. Trespassing. That's what I was headed with. You know, so then I get off on stories, telling stories of some of the trespassing and trespassers I've dealt with. There's been, it's unreal, man. And if my place, dude, I must have, oh man, dude, I must have, you know, which is a pretty good size, you know, piece of property. And dude, all the way around, you know, except for the, you know, which actually between me and down there where that girl or that tweaker broad came through that time, dude, I never dreamed I'd have to put up signs down there. Not that they frickin' make any difference. That's the thing I was gonna get at, man. I've got signs, I've got signs up the yin yang. Man, I probably got, I can't do a video anywhere, man. But I would say I don't know, man, 15 to 20 signs that I have posted. I mean, basically, you know, almost one next to another. It's ridiculous, and people still pull on here. You know, it's freaking. They better look at the Idaho laws, man. You don't just go pulling on here. You know, we can tell some of the other stories, man. That one time Kevin was out in the get away from this damn rooster. One time Kevin was out in the bunkhouse. You know, that's when his trailer, when he was living here, and he's out there in his underwear and playing video games, and gets a knock at the door. So, man, he just figures it's, you know, us or his sisters or somebody, you know. I mean, he's in his skivvies, he's got a shirt on or whatever, but, you know, just chilling in his shorts and playing video games. There's a knock, so he swings open the door, and there's two little girls, man, two kids. And he's all, whoa, can I help you? Dude, it was Jehovah Witness. Jehovah Witness had pulled in, and there was a whole carload of them, man. I'm standing, or I heard them pull in. That was before the cameras. Heard them pull in, so I stood out here just kind of watching what was going on. And I bet there was 8 or 10 in that rig, man. I couldn't believe it, man. They come right, driving in right through. Hey! Didn't want to get on video, did you?
I didn't want to interrupt.
Hey! But, so that time, man, then the signs just don't make no difference whatsoever, I guess. I've had, here just, the most recent one was, we're sitting in there at the table, you know, and I ain't looking at the cameras, and I didn't hear the little alarm or whatever thing go off, but standing there, and all of a sudden I see some. I've talked about this. If you watch my videos, you probably remember me talking about this. And I see this blonde head walk by the. You know, I'm sitting in there eating dinner, man, sitting at the table, and I'm like, somebody's here. And I get up, and some lady she'd pulled in, her car was out there, you know, she'd parked out a ways, and then walked up. Man, my dogs are going nuts, everything. She had a dog. She comes walking up and wanting to know if I wanted to sell any trailers. Dude, you can't even see this place, you know, other than that, like I said, you can see through, and that was, you know, the leaves were off the trees, so she might have been able to see, you know, 1 or 2 trailers or whatever. I was like, holy crap, lady, nothing's for sale, man. And she, that was a weird deal, dude. That was another one of those ones that I would think that she was just checking to see if anybody was. I think if there wouldn't have been nobody here, we might have been losing some stuff. But since then, I've got a lot more cameras, and you know, I've had cameras for a while, but man, I got 2 more to put up too, dude. I feel like a damn paranoid tweaker. It's getting ridiculous. But now, as far as trespassing and security and everything, you know, with these times that are coming, is you know, none of your, you know, depending on what happens in this crazy world, you know, all these fancy cameras that I got and all that, the majority of them, because I look at them on my phone, so the majority of them, if, you know, say an EMP or whatever, you know, those cameras are going to go down. I've got a lot of, dude, you know, I'm just not going to say what kind of different cameras and stuff I've got. I got some that I've got batteries. Some I've got trail cams all through. I got trail cams all over. Dude, this place, I'm telling you, man. This place, dude, I got so much crap around here anymore. But, it's almost ridiculous, and they still come. It don't matter.